So here we have the lortone lapidary arbor, model Max Pro 8. Is 8-inch wheels. I just put diamond grit and expanding drums on there. They're 8-inch expanding drums. You got 8,000 grit and you have 14,000 grit here. You can get these at Covington. They're fairly inexpensive. You can also make your own. Follow a YouTube on currently rock hounding if you want to know how to do that. A little bit more that I want to get into right now. These wheels have an arrow, directional arrow, telling you which way to put them on. Make sure you put them on and go in the direction that the armor is turning. Both wheels will have an arrow. You might be able to see the arrow. There it is right there, showing you the direction that the arbor is going to turn, and that's the direction that's how these ridges will then expand and hold the belt in place. Okay, so this is the one that is now completely refurbished. I ran it for a little bit. I turned the water on, got it running pretty well. There's obviously a little bit of dirt I just did a final adjustment. Make sure you do a final adjustment after you turn it on, let it run for a little bit, and then come back. And what you want to do when you have new grit wheels that you're first putting on, use a sacrifice rock and run them over, because when they come from the factory, they're not always perfect, and you don't want it to be putting scratches in your finished stone, especially if it's going to be your finished stage, which is what I'm going to be using this arbor for. I filled the tank with water, well, halfway, and I checked the water and made sure everything is running. I'm going to turn it on. When you do your first turns with this machine, turn your water on. In the one wheel, you can see how much water I got coming out of there, and I have it adjusted. You turn the machine on and you run a stone over there that you're willing to sacrifice. This basically, I'm going to run over and go back and forth evenly on the wheel. And this way, it'll take off any burrs that were put on there by the factory or not cleanly put on by the factory. I always tend to get my finger in the middle of the shot here. It's not easy to do when you're running a machine like this and trying to do it one-handed. But I'm going to turn it on, give you an idea how it runs. Okay, so then you're going to take your sacrifice stone and run it across there. Make sure you get the entire belt. Do it for about 2 to 4 minutes. Back and forth with the entire belt. And that way it'll take any burrs off that shouldn't be there, or any of the diamonds that are sticking out a little bit. Then you can shut your water down. And I'll move over to the following. Again, plenty of water. Get your water flowing. There we have it going. You can see it right there pretty well. And then take your sacrifice stone, run it across there a couple times. 1 or 2 minutes should do exactly what you need it to do. And this way you are basically prepping your belts for production. Okay. So as you can see, this machine was in bad shape. You will see it in one of my previous videos. It's running pretty smoothly. May need a little balance on that right wheel. You can play with the tightness and make sure your shims are in right. These wheels come with shims, so if you have a 3/4 inch arbor, you got a 3/4 inch shim reduced from 1 inch. Or if you got a 1/2 inch, they'll give you the shims. They come with the wheels. Okay, so you can see the machine is in pretty great shape, running good, and doing what it should do. Hopefully I can put out some finished product. I don't know if it'll be today, but we'll see what happens. So that's it, the restored lortone lapidary arbor. This piece is probably from mid 80s to late 80s. Originally used by a glass restoration guy. It's got a Baldor motor on it. It's actually pretty good shape. I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give a comment and a like at least. Help me out with getting these. I'm going to try and do more machines. I have the King Cab here, which I have up and running. I've got a Richardson's Ranch polishing machine. I've got a Beacon Star, and I'm still working on fine-tuning that. Richardson sander. We've got a lortone that I restored here, and that's a saw combination that's got an expanding wheel as well. And there's a couple more in here that I have to work on. There's a flat lap and a Drake wooden wheel, actually. And there you have the 20-inch saw. That's basically ready to go. I gotta fine tune it and oil it.